You pop that thing in the oven, and I'm talking about it is succulent.
Favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Man, my wife, man, she makes some kale, collard greens. And Taysom Hill put me on this turkey. I'm typically a ham person, but Taysom Hill put me on this Uncle Ray's turkey. They ship this turkey right to your door. You pop that thing in the oven, and I'm talking about it is succulent. That thing is juicy, it's spicy. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Winston said that Brock wasn't practicing the Dougie all week, and Kyle said he promised you guys that he would do it, but you looked pretty shocked by the touchdown.
I just is really good at it, and I was more just surprised. I mean, God forbid a white guy has a little bit of motion.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been able to Dougie, but I haven't really just done it, publicly. And so, my wife, she could tell you actually, like, I annoy her in the kitchen and all that kind of thing. So that's where I got my practice.
My wife was just laughing. That's about it. Yeah, I guess my 2-year-old was watching the TV screen back at home, and she's like, no shirt, no shirt. She just pointed at the screen, no shirt, no shirt. And my wife had no idea what was going on. So that's really about how that went. I think anytime you get a chance to feed a city, you want to do it. So, man of the people.
If you're coming to me on this, Matt, I'm telling you, we're going to go after you every game. We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game.
Of course they got it right. What do you think, Pete? Yeah, I was calling timeout.
He's a and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts, because he says some things that you should not say to another man ever, but I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit, and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched the nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
Kevin Stefanski was sabotaging you.
So you just want to start trouble, huh?
No, I want to ask you what your relationship with him is.
Yeah, well, what people do outside the building isn't really in my control. It's not in my power, so I don't. Yeah, like I go out there and tell them to do whatever. That's not nothing I could control or nothing I could do.
How can you remember about watching Dion as a kid, and now how full circle is this that you're facing his son?
It is weird just because he was my hero growing up. He was probably the #1 player just in terms of being a true fan of. I always talk about how he got his jersey in '94 and wore it for about 6 months straight until someone jacked it from me. I'm still looking for that guy.
I think just like a lot of kids, you grow up going through Thanksgiving, you have your meals with your family, and then you go and sit on the couch, and typically there's not a lot on, except football. Back in the day, it was Lions and somebody. You go watch Matthew Stafford throw for 300, 400 some yards with Calvin Johnson and probably lose the game, but it was fun to watch.
Just a little TikTok dance, but I'm not really into dancing, so I always ask one of my teammates, like, okay, what's the celebration this week?
Oh, so it was a dance, but then you guys, because nobody can tell, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it's some TikTok stuff.
I mean, those 4th and 1, those 2 4th and 1s that didn't work. And did you like Kevin having the aggressiveness there, even backed up in your territory?
I mean, first, that's a rude question to ask. If I think it was a great call by my coach,
Do you like the aggression? Do you like the call? Do you like?
I like being out there playing. so whatever that comes with, it comes with. We're not gonna be here and ever point finger at no coach or do anything like that.
Remember about last year's Thanksgiving game against the Bears?
Shoot, I don't remember much about last year. I don't remember much about last week, to be honest with you. That was a heck of a game. Came down to the wire. Being on the opposing sideline there, it was a good one for Detroit that week. So I got a short-term memory, I think, and so I turned the page pretty quickly. But those are things maybe during the summertime, and I get a chance to have a beer, on a nice warm day. I can reflect and think back on.
You and Josh Allen, it seemed a little bit of frustration early on. Can you talk about it or?
Being kneed in my stomach, ticked off the entire game because as a quarterback they're protected, but I'm not. It just pisses me off.
You saying he need you or someone else?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Is that on purpose by him, you think?
Yes. Even said after, I had to do something to get you off of me.
Do you see the flatness within the game and in practice as something that's not being done right from a coaching aspect or preparation aspect that's kind of framing you guys in the wrong way?
I know
know what you're trying to ask, and I'm not going to go down that road at all. I believe in the coaching staff. I believe in Mike Tomlin. That's why I came here. And players need to take accountability, myself included, and I will continue to. I got to play better.
Just to clarify what you said earlier about evaluating everything, so does that mean you are evaluating, like changing the play call?
No, we're not changing the play call. Okay. But we will evaluate everything, and that's what this weekend we'll have another little mini bye, and I think that's the, another short week, another short week that leads to a long weekend where we'll evaluate everything. But again, like I said, after that, it's never just about one person, right? You win as a team, you lose as a team, and you try to evaluate everything, win, lose, or draw, and get better from it.
Didn't think that we weren't not ready to go. Didn't think we took this group lightly. I don't believe that for a second. This is the NFL. This is too difficult. They did a great job making plays, and they made plays. And we, sometimes you get some, bounces where it's a tip ball that goes for an interception when you drive right down the field.
Tell us about the big man touchdown to Tristan. How long has he been waiting for that or bugging you about that one?
I think he was more nervous. He hadn't really been bugging. If it was Luke would have been begging for it. Very different individuals there. But yeah, he did a great job. I couldn't see where Buda Baker was on the backside, so kind of had to put a little mustard on it. But he's a good athlete, made the good catch.
Mac is he is a weapon, and I call him a weapon. We call him our sniper because he has the ability to flip the field for us at any given time. But man, it's the collective unit. It is a true belief on our return team, on our coverage teams, that those guys feel like they can go out there and they can change the game. We put a lot of time into that. We really do, from a meeting aspect and from being on the field. So I expect that from those guys.
I think looking from the outside in, if people would have said, hey, you guys are going to be 9-4 going into the bye, and you're not going to have Fred Warner or Nick Bosa, and Kittle's going to miss the first 5 weeks, and Brock's going to miss 6-7 games, I think a lot of people would have laughed at everybody. And, kudos to our coaching staff, Coach Shanahan, Lynch for bringing in the right guys to fill in those spots. Developing players, to take advantage of those situations. How about Cleveland Farrell, just coming back? It's fantastic. I think we're set up really well. It's these bye weeks, get tricky because I think guys have just been looking forward to it. And so, our message, I think Kyle say the message tomorrow is just like, hey, get away, do whatever you have to do. But just remember when we come back, we have 4 incredibly difficult games that are going to hopefully set us up to do something fun, after the last game.
Oh no, he's definitely getting fined. It was a great play, but he's definitely getting fined for not scoring on that play. Oh, absolutely getting fined. It's like within the DB room, we have like a fine system. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely getting fined for that one.